Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brooks Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of March 9th, 2016. So let's get right into it. First up on my pull list is Batman and Robin Eternal number 23. That's how many issues I'm behind. That's how many issues I have to read. So we'll see if I get caught up. The first trade for Batman and Robin Eternal came out today, issues 1 through 12. Yeah. Next up is Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 of 6. I haven't actually started reading this one, but I'm going to hopefully get started fairly soon. I've been getting caught up on my DC reading, and I only have like a handful of titles to actually get caught up on. So, that's one of the ones I need to get caught up on. Next up, we have Catwoman number 50. Catwoman reached 50. Woohoo! I've been enjoying Catwoman. The last story arc slash creative team was really good, with her being the head of a crime family. Curious to see where they take Catwoman before the end, because everything else, all these DC titles are ending and being reborn with Rebirth. So yeah. Next up is Constantine number 10. I'm not too impressed with Constantine. I like some of the stuff in this, not all of the stuff in this. It's a little awkward with how they've taken his sexuality, so it makes the book a little... For me, it's fine. That type of thing is fine, but I think the way they went about it with Constantine was just a little out of left field. So some fans might have been like, "What?" Like myself. But still, art's cool. Stories are good, so can't complain too much. Next up, we have Descender number 11. I'm behind on Descender. I'm behind on all of my independent books. After I get caught up with my DC books, that's my goal, is to get to the short box of independence. The next up we have Detective Comics number 50. We'll see how Detective Comics kind of finishes out in this with an issue 50 and then a couple issues before Rebirth. I'm curious to see how everything unfolds. Next up we have Disney Princess. This is from Joe Books Limited and Disney Comics. I picked it up for my daughter because I thought she might like it. The only thing I will warn you about with this book is it's very misleading. You have this nice little comic booky looking thing, and then you go to open it, and oh crap. That's right, folks. It's sideways. Yep, not yet. Yep. And it also has a Zootopia Cinestory on it. I need to take... this is first shot. Take it. I need to take my kids to Zootopia. I've heard it's a decent movie for kids, but it's more aimed at adults. So I'm most likely going to try and take my son. He's 4, but not my daughter because she's only 2. Next up, we have Earth 2 Society number 10. Earth 2 Society has been okay. That black swash was the cat walking past and the tail going. It's been okay. It's not as good as the previous Earth 2 stuff, but for the most part, long day. For the most part, I've been enjoying it. So I'm gonna finish up with that and see where it goes before Rebirth. Next up is Ninjax number 13. Like I said, I'm behind on my independent books, but hopefully soon-ish I will be able to get caught up. What are you doing, Cat? How about you just watch? Just watch. Just stay and watch. Okay. Next up is Starfire number 10. This is one of the DC titles I need to get caught up on. I've been enjoying what I've read so far, but I do have a stack, like 4 or 5 months worth of Starfire to get caught up on. Sorry. Next up is New Suicide Squad number 18. I got caught up with Suicide Squad stuff. It's pretty good. Not as good as Adam Glass stuff from the New 52, but hey, what can you do? Hopefully, with Rebirth, we see Suicide Squad come a little bit more, better quality, especially with the movie coming out. There's 2 variants I picked up this week. If some of you don't know, a movie's coming out, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and so they're doing Batman v Superman variant covers on some of the titles, and also doing the polybagged colors, black and white sketch, random assertions. So I picked up Detective Comics 50, the polybagged version. I'm not going to open it. I just get Detective, so I figured I'd snag that. And then Suicide Squad number 18 had a pretty awesome Tony Daniel Batman in the armor variant for Batman v Superman. So yeah, so that's my pulls for books. I did grab a couple, one graphic novel and one hardcover issue this week, and the hardcover issue was Dark Knight 3 or DK3, The Master Race, Book 3. If you notice, it is a Jim Lee sketch on this cover. I believe this is the only way you can get the Jim Lee cover without ordering like 5,000 copies of the issue to get the variant. So, who knows? And then next up is a hardcover I've been really looking forward to coming out, and that's Justice League Volume 7, The Dark Side War, Part 1. John's run on Justice League has been amazing. I need to get caught up on reading them, but that's one I'm definitely looking forward to going back and plowing through. So, next up is the read list. These are the titles that I read to stay current on a bunch of other books, but I don't take them home. Well, I don't keep them, I should say. Next up is All New Wolverine, number 6. First few issues were pretty good, so I'm going to keep going with it. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man, number 9. Honestly, Amazing Spider-Man has not been that great. What are you doing, cat? Don't move my stand. What are you doing? Ow! Now you're attacking me? Jerk cat. Amazing Spider-Man hasn't been that great. Alex Ross art on the covers is blah, and overall, I haven't been impressed with the story that's been unfolding in Spider-Man. Next up is Doctor Strange, number 6. Looking forward to checking out the new story arc, The Last Days of Magic. Aaron's doing a great job on that book. Just fun. Next up is The Haunted Mansion, number 1 from Marvel. This is a comic based on the ride at Disneyland, The Haunted Mansion. I want to take a quick second to mention that we had Jeff, I can't remember his last name, but he is a big podcast guy with podcasting about the Haunted Mansion and all this. A huge super fan. Ryan listens to his podcasts. If you listen to episode 251 of the Comic Conspiracy, we had him as a guest, which we recorded tonight, and that should be up tonight. So if you're checking this out, hop on over to thegeekbox.net and you can check out this pretty cool little just kind of Disney Haunted Mansion episode that we recorded. Next up is The Infinity Entity, number 1. I have no idea. It's got Adam Warlock. We'll see if it's any good. And then we got The Mighty Thor, number 5. He's female Thor, or Thor, as most people like to call it, is taking on Odin. Fighting it out. Next up is Mockingbird, number 1. I'm going to check out this number 1 from Marvel, but I don't have any high hopes for it. One that I'm really looking forward to reading is The Vision, number 5. Tom King has been doing a great job on that. I'm really enjoying the Vision title, even though I wasn't at first it didn't really catch me on the first issue, but after reading the second issue, kind of seeing how everything was building, it was really good stuff. So that's it from our read list. There were a couple titles that I didn't get a chance to grab copies of because we didn't get enough, and that was Guardians of the Galaxy number 6, Red Wolf number 4, Rocket and Groot number 3, Spider-Man 2099 number 8, Weird World number 4, Green Lantern Corps Edge of Oblivion number 3 of 6, and Legend of Wonder Woman number 3. There's a ton of other books that came out. If you're curious as to what came out, I am in the description below. There is a link to the comicconspiracy.biz, and that will take you to the current new releases page, so you can see what is coming out for the current week. So if you're checking it out now, you'll see this week's. If you check it out next week after watching this, you will see not this week's books, but next week's books, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much it for the pull list. I'm heading to Disneyland with my wife. I got her tickets to Disneyland and a trip for just her and I, and not the kids. I got it for her birthday back in December, so we're finally getting to go on this nice little trip. We'll fly out tomorrow evening, hang out in downtown Disney and all that stuff, and then we'll spend Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the parks, and then come home on Sunday. So there's going to be a lot of fun going on, and it's funny that we have recorded the episode about the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion comic comes out, and I'm going to Disneyland. It's kind of cool. I did want to show off some of the swag I'm going to be wearing while I'm out in the land of the Disney. My wife got me these nice, cute little Pop Funko little pin things, so I'm gonna slap those on a lanyard, wear some DC paraphernalia in the park, because that's just how I roll. Figured I'd do my Harley Quinn bombshells button, throw that on there, and then Ryan actually picked me up a couple of pins when he was down last year, and I want to go sport these. And the first one was the Guardians of the Galaxy rocket pin. Awesome stuff there. And then he ended up also picking me up a BB-8 Join the Resistance pin, and the little ball spins around, so I'm looking forward to showing that off. Probably going to do some pin shopping while I'm out there. Gotta love the pins. They're the fun little thing to do. I have other pins, but I don't know where they are, and with moving and stuff like that, I don't have time to find them. So I think I just need to get some new ones. So that's it for my pull list. Thanks again for watching. Please remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know about it, all that stuff. If they want to watch some ginger guy talk about the comic books he picks up every week and stuff like that, let them know. You can listen to me and my fellow conspirators on the Comic Conspiracy podcast. There is a link in the description below for our current episode, which was 251. Like I said earlier, we have a special guest on, and we talk Disney and especially the Haunted Mansion, especially in regards to the fact that Haunted Mansion #1 comes out today. You can help me and my fellow conspirators on Patreon. If you go to www.patreon.com/comicconspiracy, you can, for as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting and getting pizza and all that wonderful stuff. And I do thank all of our Patreon backers. It is much appreciated, all the little help that you guys give. It goes a long way. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. And if you are interested, the Comics Conspiracy store has a Twitter as well, and it's Comic Con Store, or Comics Con Store on Twitter. You can follow the store and check out our pre-order stuff for variants and all that wonderful stuff. You can get the newsletter and kind of stay up to date on some things. So I need to get going because I need to get this posted and go to bed so I can get some sleep, because I still have to go to work in the morning and work at the day job, and then when I get off, it is time to get ready to go to Disneyland. So I'm super excited. Can't wait to ride Space Mountain and see all the Star Wars stuff. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.